Hi, you guys. We're going to be talking about geometric terms. So please, please, please make sure you have some type of paper out and either a pencil, or if you like to use your colors, even better. Oops, not thick ones. All right, let's make it a little lighter. But using the colors, I know I've talked about this in class, but using the colors definitely helps your brain remember. And today we're going to be learning about some geometric terms. So the first one, let me do it in, let's do green, yellow, red, or green, yellow, I don't know. Oh, it'll be a mystery. All right, first one, points. Points. All right, so if I have, here's my example, and make it a little smaller. And I'm going to make it a little darker. All right, so here, just basically, blop. And if I put an X there, I would basically say this point is X. So point is almost just like one little area. So a point is an exact location in any kind of space. So if I were to look at this, if they were to ask you about this on a test and there was an X and a dot, actually just above here, you would say that this point is X. So that's our point. And then we have on this one, the straight line, and there's 2 points. So we have A and we have B, and we call this a line. A line. And when we say line, it basically just means a line is a straight path of points that go in both, and underline that word both, I'll tell you why in a minute, in both directions. So the reason, and sorry, I'm writing over it, normally we can make it lighter when we're using the Elmo at school, but so basically a line is a straight path of points that go in both the directions. And I say both, and I want you to underline it because next week we'll be learning about different types of lines. So there's not just one type of line. There's rays. There are, why can't I think of the others? You guys are probably like, Mrs. BSS. So I know there's rays. Okay. Congruent lines there. I knew it. All right. So talking about different lines, we will talk, of course, actually, I'm sorry, on Thursday about some more lines. But for today, I'm just talking about what a line is. And a line is a straight path of points that can go either way. So both ways. Make sure you underline that. All right. The next part, let me do blue. The next part we're going to talk about will be what we call planes, not the ones in the air. We'll do a little cloud. So we have 3 different lines we're going to be learning about today. The first one will be the parallel lines. You can write it or draw it first. Parallel lines. And parallel lines are going both ways. And the cool thing about parallel lines, think about it like a train. Parallel lines never intersect. So, of course, I mean, intersect. Trains, when you're changing and turning and things like that, of course they do. Don't I know. I can see hands raising. All right, but parallel basically is most train tracks will be parallel because you want them to not go into a different lane. They're going to go straight and they're never going to touch. The next line is going to be our intersecting lines. Intersecting lines. So intersecting lines kind of go, almost looks like an X, doesn't it? Looks like one of my favorite little clip arts. lines. So intersecting lines pass through the same point. This part right there. So intersecting pass through the same point. Okay? And then the very last one we're learning about today kind of looks like a compass, doesn't it? I mean, it won't have it on there, but you can almost picture north, east, southwest. So when you think of perpendicular, think about like a compass. Perpendicular. And perpendicular lines are basically lines that form, let's put lines that form right angles. So those are all the kind of angles that are at 90 degrees. So remember when they have like this little square drawn, that just means that this angle is a 90-degree angle. And I believe we talk on Thursday a little bit more about angles. So that'll help us remember that perpendiculars have 90-degree angle. All right, so make sure, put this in a safe spot. If you need to go back and review it. But please take the time to make sure you've written everything down. Don't just watch like you're sitting at an AMC movie theater. I know, I'm really entertaining. Thank you. All right, I know I'm not. So make sure you're taking your time and creating an anchor chart. Bye.